Once upon a time, there was a young man who worked at a factory. His mentor, an old technician, had always taught him, talk less, do more, and never stop developing your skills in every aspect of the factory's operations. 10 years later, the old man retired, and the young man became a technician himself. He continued to work with the same dedication and diligence as he had been taught. One day he visited his mentor. The old man noticed the young man seemed unhappy and asked, "What's troubling you?" The young man sighed deeply and poured his heart out. "I have been following your instructions exactly all these years. No matter what I work on, I keep quiet and focus on the job. I know I've done good work at the factory. I've learned all the skills that can be learned there, but what I don't understand is, the guys who don't have my experience or capabilities, they've all been promoted. Meanwhile, I'm still making as little as I did before back when I was your apprentice." The old man paused and asked thoughtfully, "Are you positive that you've become indispensable to the factory?" The young man nodded confidently. "Yes." The mentor began pacing back and forth, lost in thought. After a moment he stopped and said, "Here's what you must do. Request a day off. Use any reason you like, but it's time to give yourself a break." The young man exclaimed, "A day off?" But the more he thought about it, the more the advice made sense. He thanked his mentor and quickly left to submit his time-off request. When he returned to work after his day off, the manager called him into the office. The manager said, "Things didn't go well while you were gone. Others encountered problems, ones you usually handle, and no one knew how to solve them." Realizing the young man's importance, the manager decided to promote him to the position of senior technician. It was a promotion to thank him and to encourage him to keep up the excellent work. The young man was deeply grateful for his mentor's wisdom. Surely, he thought, this is the secret to success. From that point on, whenever he felt he deserved more than what he was getting, he would take a day off. When he returned, the situation would improve to his satisfaction. This pattern continued for months. One day, however, the young man arrived at the factory only to find himself blocked from entering. Shocked, he discovered that his employment had been terminated. "Why did I lose my job?" he asked, his voice trembling with wounded pride. "Did I not do everything as you instructed?" The old man shook his head slowly. "Actually, you didn't. You heard only half the lesson." The young man asked, "Half the lesson? What do you mean?" The mentor explained patiently, "No one pays attention to a light bulb that's always on. It's only when it goes off that people notice it and realize they've been taking it for granted. You understood this part well, but you left before hearing the second half." The young man's eyes widened as the truth began to dawn on him. What was the second half? The mentor spoke slowly to emphasize his point. "The second half, more important than the first, is this. If a light bulb goes off too frequently, sooner or later, it will be replaced with one that's more reliable. Who wants a light bulb no one can count on to provide illumination? In life, my boy, don't let yourself be taken for granted. But also, don't let others see you as unreliable. Find the balance. Do your work with pride and consistency, but know your worth too. Life will reward you when you live in balance." The young man left that day wiser than before, realizing his mentor had given him not just advice for work, but for life. Stay motivated, stay blessed. Thank you for watching.